The strategy for reading and analysing non-fiction, known as the RAND strategy, is an excellent tool for students to use when researching specific topics. An adaptation of Donna Ogle's original KWL strategy, the RAND strategy encourages students to first record prior thinking, then research to confirm and/or discard prior knowledge.
Researchers, we've been looking at our explorers and we've been using our RAND chart to really help us here. And we've got different categories here, and here are all our headings. Now, I'm doing one on Christopher Columbus, so maybe you can just take me through all of these headings and what they mean and how I use them. So what's our very first heading?
What I think I know.
Terrific. And what do we put under what I think I know?
What you think you know about your explorer.
The RAN further guides students in locating new information and raising wonderings about what they discover as they research.
C is for correct and M is for misconceptions.
Big word, misconception. What's a misconception? So I want to share what a misconception is.
A misconception is something that you thought was right, but it really wasn't.
Okay, and together what's our next category?
New facts.
And what are new facts? What are our new facts?
Stuff that you research.
Okay, stuff that we've researched and we found out. And then the last category is our...
Wonderings.
And what are our wonderings?
Our wonderings are questions that we still have after we've researched our explorer.
Do you find you still have lots of questions as you research? This is what happened to me. So I'm just going to show you my first category about Christopher Columbus. And my first category is birth and early years. Now, I thought he was born in Spain around the 1300s. I wasn't quite sure. And I'm pretty sure he was a sailor. So that's my background knowledge. I researched, I used my computer, and I actually cited my sources over here. Can you see my 3 sources up there? So I used a book, and I used 2 websites. Now I want you to make sure on your organiser that if you do have sources, where can you put them?
On the back.
That's right, I want you to start putting your sources on the back so we know where you get your information from. What a misconception that was. I thought he was born in Spain. Where was he born? In Italy, Genoa, Italy. I thought he was born in the 1300s and he was born in 1451. I made him 150 years older. I also found here that he was a sailor, but he was 15 years old when he had his first voyage, so I put that under new facts. And then finally, here are my wonderings, very much like I know what your wonderings are, Paola. Did he go to school? Could he read and write? Being a teacher, these are the wonderings that I have. And I found out, yes, he did. So I put a little Y as a note. But he left at 14. And he couldn't read or write. Isn't that amazing, at 14? But I learnt that later on, he actually learnt how to read and write. So I've now completed the very first category of my RAN. So what I'm going to get you to do now, researchers, is you've got your background information on birth and early years for your explorer. I want you to now start researching and see what you can confirm, what your misconceptions are, what are new facts, and are there any wonderings, okay? Are we ready to research? Okay, let's go. Hey, Catherine, what have you found so far?
I found that LaSalle was born in France, not Canada.
Great, so you put a misconception. And what are you doing now?
I'm writing that he was born in France.
And you're putting that under...
With the use of both whole class and individual RAND charts, researchers evaluate and organise facts to ready them for insertion in their own writing.
Any wonderings so far, Catherine?
I wanted to know if he grew up like in a noble family.
Wow, very interesting wondering. You might put that down, and as you go through your websites, you might be able to find an answer to that, which would be absolutely terrific. Good job, good job. Caleb, so tell me, any information confirmed?
Yes. I have that he was born into a noble family or
Who are you researching?
a Carnata.
Fantastic.
And that my misconception was that he wasn't born in France, he was born in Spain.
Oh, okay. I love the way you've put born in Spain under new facts. Any wonderings you've got at the moment?
Did he ever go back to his home?
What an interesting wondering. Do you think he may have gone back home?
Probably not.
Probably not. So you're going to make an inference there that maybe he didn't. How will you find that out?
By going on the internet.
Fantastic. Good job. Good job. So researchers, what I'm going to show you now is how I take all of my notes from my RAN and I turn them into a running text. And this is going to be my draft. That's only my first copy. I'm probably going to want to go back and revise and do some editing before I make it look good. Now, first thing I need to do is make sure I have my heading. Because as we know, non-fiction, especially informational text on somebody, always starts with, there's always headings. Okay, good. So what's my heading going to be here? What's my first heading? Fantastic. Birth and early years. You see, for the main words, I've used capital letters there too because it's a heading. That's extremely important. This is what I'm going to write. I'm going to write Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa, Italy in
1451.
I think that's a really nice way to start. Okay, so here I'll write Christopher Columbus.
Once students have identified key information and written it on a group or individual RAN chart, they need modelling in how to effectively turn these notes into a draft.
What's that year again?
1451.
Okay, that's where I'm going to start. And then I'm going to go on by saying he was a
Sailor.
and his first voyage was when he was
15 years old.
okay. I can put some information here too. What can I say? He
Did go to school.
and he couldn't
Read and ride
go on, Paola.
until later.
Until later years. So I could put all that together and write it down here. And what I've got now is my first section on Christopher Columbus.
The RAN strategy is a powerful mechanism for activating prior knowledge, evaluating and synthesising information, and scaffolding powerful non-fiction writing.